It took me a year, y'all, a year to find out that Tim had a girlfriend. Guys, welcome back to my channel, Keeping Up with Q. So from the title of today's video, you guys can tell I'm going to be doing a story time and telling you guys about the time he had a girlfriend. So before we get further into this story time, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what you think about it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join the Q Mafia because I'm lit, y'all lit, so we can live together, period. Now let's go ahead and grab your snacks, your drinks, whatever your meal is at the time that you're watching this, so we can hop into this story time. I do want to say this story time is not meant to bash anybody. Like, it's simply my story, what I went through, and I mean it's funny now, so why not tell y'all the story. I don't know if the person is going to see this. I don't know if they still watch my videos. If they do, I'm telling you now, like, I'm gonna be telling everything. So if you're gonna feel some kind of way, like, I do apologize, but like I said, it's not meant to bash you. It is not like none of that. I'm just telling y'all what happened to me. So this story time is going to involve like me finding out and like the backstory of like us, I guess. So we are going to name him Timothy. Yeah, we're gonna go with Timothy. I don't know why I'm feeling Timothy, but I'm feeling Timothy, so we're gonna go with Timothy. And I feel like that's too long. We're gonna name him Tim for short. Yeah, Tim for short. And we're gonna name the girlfriend, we're gonna name her Tamara. Tim and Tamara. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. It took me a year, y'all, a year to find out that Tim had a girlfriend while we were, I'm gonna say while we were dealing with each other, because you're gonna hear it throughout the story why I'm saying that. And I don't know if it's just me, but like, I always told myself growing up, a guy does not ask you to be his girlfriend. Y'all are not together. Y'all can do whatever people in a relationship do. Y'all can feel like, oh, we're in a relationship, but I feel like if the question is not asked, then you're not. Because then if you assume, you start telling people, they might be like, well, I never asked you to be my girlfriend. Why would you say that? Yeah, so that's just always what I thought. So that's what it was. We don't get into that. So I met Timothy, well, I still said Timothy. I met Tim my sophomore year of college. And throughout the course of time, like, of course, stuff happened. Like, everything isn't perfect. Relationship, friendships, like, everything isn't perfect. To me, besides talking or whatever, at the time we were just talking, I feel like we had a really great friendship inside of that, like a really great bond. But that turned out not to be true. So yeah, at the time, like, everything was good. So then I transferred to go to Coastal, and I feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna say I feel like we were much closer school-wise compared to me being at Buford to now me being at Coastal. We were much closer. So now we were really like getting to know each other, like spend time together, figure out what Tim likes, figure out what I like, stuff like that. Even though like throughout the time stuff is going on. So at Coastal, that's when we kind of argued a lot. And I used to always get like those thoughts like, okay, is this his way of like trying to get rid of me? Like, is there somebody else he likes? Is there somebody else he talks to, or that he wants, or he just doesn't want to like deal with me? Like, I don't know, because regardless, we would always like get back together. Towards the end of that, because this is junior year, towards the end of fall semester for junior year, it like went completely bad, like terrible. Into 2019, it was terrible. So going into 2020, like, I even told my cousin Keon, I'm like, I'm leaving Tim in 2020. Like, that's that. Like, I'm leaving Tim in 2020. I knew I wasn't. So I was gonna wait till he hit me up, which he did. And January of 2020, it was kind of like, okay, me and Tim, we're gonna be serious. Like, everything's gonna go good. We're gonna do less arguing. Like, we're gonna communicate more, stuff like that. So January and February was probably like the best time we had in a while. Like, we were not arguing as much. Like, everything was just fine. So y'all, like I said, it's January, February 2020 now. So Valentine's Day comes. This is like my first real Valentine. Like, went out on a date, got gifts. He got me stuff like that. Like, we really doing it. Like, we good. I think we probably had like maybe a few arguments, but you know, we worked it out compared to like how it used to be. So then in March, COVID is coming around. I was supposed to go to Kentucky, I was supposed to go to Boston, and I was supposed to do something else. I can't remember. So the plan was, before I had to go to Boston and Kentucky, which was back to back, I was going to spend time with Tim, and then when I came back, spend time with him again before I had to do something else. So I was there, come back, find out Boston is canceled. So then I went back, and then I came back thinking I was about to go to Kentucky. We find out the night before it's canceled, like we're not going. So I went back to his school. So before I went, I was out with my friends, and I was like, y'all, Clemson and USC, their school got canceled, so I think we might be next, because Coastal, they follow everything else that everybody else got going on. So I'm like, y'all, we might be next. I packed a good bit of stuff, but like not a lot to take home. So when I went, we found out we weren't coming back, so I had to go back and get all of my stuff, and then I went home. Actually no, I went and got more stuff and went home, because then we had to come back and move out and all that. So after I found out we had to leave, Tim's school told him he had to leave too. So we're both home now, and us being home, it gave us a lot of distance. Actually, I wouldn't say a lot, it was kind of like back to what Buford gave us, but he became like real distant. Like, I don't know, it was just weird. Like, he just became real distant out of nowhere. And before we left, we were talking about his birthday, because his birthday came up, and at first we were gonna like try to take a trip or something and like do something, or we were gonna try to like go somewhere, I don't know, do something. But because of COVID, I'm like, okay, well, what are we about to do now? But he was just kind of like being a little distant, and then he came back, like back to normal. And then we started talking about his birthday, and this is when everybody was scared of COVID, and I was like, okay, I don't want to come up there, I don't want you to come down here, because I live with my grandparents, like don't want to risk it. People were scared to send mail, I was scared. I don't want to say nothing, because I know he had younger siblings, his mom, like stuff like that. I didn't want to risk that. So I said, okay, well, what can I do to, like, you know, spice it up for Tim to make him feel good? So I made a video, sent a monetary gift, like a dummy, and I sent a long paragraph to go with it. He sent me a paragraph back, like saying he was happy and all that. Y'all know, like, he sent a paragraph back, y'all know. Oh, let me rewind back, so I'm forgetting something. So before his birthday, before me doing this, I realized, like, okay, well, his birthday would mark a year of us, like, to me, just talking. Because like I said, I'm the type of person, I want you to ask me. You can literally ask me over the phone, ask me to, like, just ask the question. Because of how far we was, I really didn't care how you asked me. I was about to say, go get a plane or something and have them, right, will you be my girlfriend, out in the air? No, I wasn't about to do all that. It can be simple. We're already here now. So he was just like, bro, like, you know, like telling me like, it's coming, don't worry about it, like give it time or whatever. I think he was even like, why don't you ask me? Like, ask you. It don't work like that. I'm not doing that. That's just me. I'm not doing that. So he just kept telling me like, be patient, basically. So his birthday comes, I do that and give him the gift or whatever. So time actually is rolling by, and I realized, because like working a lot, this is finals time, and just personal stuff. So at this point, I'm kind of like trying to balance everything, going through stuff in my head. I'm just like mad at the world, mad at everybody, because I'm trying to figure stuff out so I can move forward. And he happened to call me one day, because I texted him and I was like, okay, like, you know, basically like, your time is up. I don't know what you're waiting on. You're not about to ask me, like, we're not about to do this no more. He started talking to me. I think I yelled at somebody that was in my house, and he was like, why are you talking to so-and-so like that? I'm like, baby, first of all, mind your business. Because like, I'm already mad, y'all. So I'm like, mind your business before, you know, it's you. He was just like asking me like what was wrong and stuff like that, and I'm just like, nothing. So I addressed like what I sent him, and he was just like, you sure you want to do this? Like, you know, basically saying like, we don't gotta end this, and it's not that serious. And he kept saying like, you sure? Like, you sure? And at the time, I wasn't thinking like, okay, why you keep saying you sure? Why you ain't just asking the question? Okay, so I kind of didn't want to, but I was so over it. Like, at that point, I was over it. So then we were still communicating, and my birthday comes around, so I actually invited him to come. He had the address and everything. Never showed up, y'all. Everybody thought he was gonna come, like he was saying. He never showed up. Now we know why. Like, get into it, we know why. Now school rolls back around, and I'm going to school like, okay, you know, I'm single, I don't have nobody I gotta worry about. me spending time with, stuff like that. Like, I don't gotta worry about that. Literally like maybe 2 to 3 weeks into school. Matter of fact, let me put my phone up because this is when this comes into play. So let me see, August, I can tell you what day, August 21st at 9:24 p.m. I get on Snapchat. And you know, on Snapchat in like the circle or whatever, you can see a preview of kind of what it is. Depending on what it is, you can really tell. And in this case, I could tell it was a female because I saw like the hair or whatever, and it wasn't him. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, now I know you got a sister, I know you got a mama, like hopefully it's one of them. I click on it. The first snap I see is where he is and like the location of it. So I was like, okay. Click on the next snap. It's a video of this girl like bouncing her head around, and it says happy birthday to me with like the blushy face, but the newer one with like the hearts around it. So I said, like, that's what's going on. So I sent the video to like all of the people I was talking to about it, because I'm like, y'all, this boy hit me up and God knows how long, and this is going on. So then I hit up his best friend and I'm asking her like, okay, do you know if he has a girlfriend, if he's talking to somebody? And she was like, no, he don't got a girlfriend or whatever. I don't know, or something she said, which wasn't the truth, because I know she knew. She knew. She went and told him. He called me like, I heard you was looking for me, da 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 da. Like, boy, you ain't hard to find. Like, if I really wanted to find you, I would have found you. But I'm just like straight up asking him like, who is that? What is that? Like, what is going on? And he was just like, that's a friend from high school. We were reconnecting. She happened to move to where I live at, and it was her birthday, whatever. We were just out celebrating her birthday and yada yada yada. Like, you can go ahead and assume. And his little saying, he said that. And at first I almost believed him, but I'm like, no. And then he was like, you think if she was my girlfriend or whatever, somebody I was talking to, you don't think I would have had more or whatever like on there? So then he kind of got me, but then it like I was still on it, like, no, I still feel like something going on. Time goes by, and at this point I'm like, he telling me the untruth. I don't want to talk to him. So now it's November, December time. I want to say December, or like going into whatever. So I get a random FaceTime call, y'all, random, because like I said, I ain't talked to him since August. And I was like, you mean to call me because I was at work? No, I didn't mean to call you, but how you doing? Boy, how you ain't mean to call me and I talked to you since August? Make it make sense, please. I'm like, come on. So now he's asking me like how I'm doing, what I had going on. You know, I was having regular conversation, like, because I wasn't really trying to trip on it anymore. So I was just having regular conversation. Then we ended it. Yeah, that was November. Then in December, he did the same thing. This time, I'm at Walmart with my grandma. So when she heard me talking to him, she was like, oh, well, when am I going to meet this young man? Because I did tell them about him, like a little bit. Just him and my AirPods. Good thing I have my AirPods in. That's up to your granddaughter. She playing around like, boy, who playing? Because you, okay, like, who playing? So now we're having a conversation and he's talking to me like, you know, like he's single type stuff. So now we get to, I can give y'all a date. And the crazy thing is, y'all, ever since I changed my phone to like the little double tap thing in the settings in the back, if you know what that is, yeah, I mean, I don't recommend it now because it's a little annoying. I found out about it on Facebook. You can go to your settings and you double tap the back of your phone, it'll screenshot whatever's going on. So that's a good and a bad thing, because every time I'm on Snapchat, it's always screenshotting something. But back to the story. So basically, I happened to be on FaceTime with Tim, and this was on February 25th. And the crazy thing is, it did the double tap. I don't know if that was God telling me like something's about to happen, do not delete it, keep it, because I did it. Like, that is so crazy, that double tap, that I can't get over it. But he answers the phone and he was like, he got to tell me something or whatever. So I'm like, tell me what? Like, I talked to you in a month, like, tell me what? This boy's up there top of some, he's ready for a relationship now and he want me. And I just kept saying like, this is kind of odd, this is kind of strange, this is kind of out of nowhere. Like, sir, what is going on? And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, all right. I wasn't about to entertain it because I already know how this about to turn out. He was like, what you doing this weekend? And I said I had to work. So then he was like, you should pull up this weekend. And I was like, no, I have to work. And I said, you only want me to pull up because it's y'all homecoming. He was like, oh, I didn't even realize it was our homecoming. Now you really gotta pull up. And I said, sir, I have to work. So then he goes, I'll pay you for the days that you'll be missing. Sir, what? Like, what is wrong with you? No. We just kept having regular conversation, like on the phone or whatever. But after that, he started texting me. Like, he was really trying to make a move or whatever. Now he's having conversation, talking about stuff, texting me, da 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 da. And after that, we got on the phone again. When I actually called him, he told me he was going out for somebody's birthday dinner, but y'all look, feel like he was going out with that girl, and I just didn't know. But who knows? Still to this day, I don't know. I believe that he's safe. After that, time goes by. On March 6th, y'all, this is a Saturday, and I'm at work, and I'm taking my break or whatever. And you can tell I was so bored because I got on Facebook. I always tell y'all when I'm doing what's on my iPhones, I never get on Facebook. And I'm on Facebook clicking on Facebook story. So I happened to come across this one name, and I'm like, when did I get her on Facebook? Because I didn't know. This is somebody that I knew from a guy in my past. Like, this was his cousin. And so I see Tamara on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, I know of this person, but like, when did I get them on Facebook, and why do I have them on Facebook? But I didn't think too much in there. I just clicked on the story and watched it. So at first, I'm like focused on the person in the front, 'cause I'm like, I'm still stuck on like, when did I get you on Facebook? And she had her makeup done. So I'm saying, Q, look at the person in the back. I'm double tapping y'all. This is me. Up there like, no, this ain't him. Like, can't be. Y'all know that face, that body, anything from a mile away. Like, I was like, yeah, Q, just go ahead and get it through your head. That's Tim. That's Tim. That's definitely Tim. So I sent a picture to him, and I was like, why lie? You act like stuff won't ever get back to me, and now I look dumb. So he was like, what are you talking about, Quinteria? Called me over my government and whatnot. And he was like, look dumb for what? So I said, who is that, Tim? And because you called talking about I'm ready for a relationship now, and you have a whole girlfriend, because also on the picture it says Mia Moore. Girl, ain't nobody about to put no Mia Moore, and that's not my man. Like, he started calling me. And because I already had clocked back in because he was taking forever to respond, he was like, oh, so now you can't answer the phone because you know I'm about to shame you. I honestly went again on another break, call him back, and I'm like, shame who? How are you about to shame me? And he was like, I'm about to shame you because I told you that's my friend from high school. We're reconnecting or whatever. I'm like, why is there so much reconnecting? Why? Why is there so much reconnecting? If you're calling me saying I'm ready to be in a relationship, I want you, why is it so much reconnecting with this friend? It's not making sense. Like, make it make sense. So he just kept saying like, that's not my girlfriend, that's not my girlfriend, that's not my girlfriend. It's a friend from high school, y'all. He's still saying this, and he's up there, we're inseparable, you know, I always come back to you, you always come back to me. I'm like, boy, what? And I was like, so I'm gonna ask you this question. I said, you think if you ever had a girlfriend or ever got a girlfriend, whatever, or got married, you think I'm gonna just sit there and wait on you? The boy said yes. That's where you lost me. That's where you lost me. That's crazy. Like, boy, are you dumb? He's just steady on the phone, like going on and on, like how he don't talk to her, how I'm making myself look dumb because that's not what it is. What did he say? Oh, he told me I was being crazy because of how I was acting. What did he say? He wanted us to be best friends with benefits. Y'all, he was saying all type of crazy stuff. I'm like, okay, you think that? So on the phone, I'm like, no, my mind already made up. In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna ask this girl because you're not telling me the truth. You're not about to hit me up, talk about you want to be with me, and then no. When I got off, at first I forgot, but y'all, I got on Instagram, and I think this girl, like, I feel like she knew she had me on Facebook and Instagram, and I didn't remember because she posted it, like, she screenshotted it off of her Snap. She put it on Facebook and she put it on Instagram. It was like she wanted me to see. So I swiped up. Even though I felt that, I still swiped up and was like nice about it because I'm like, I don't know if she know, but we gonna see. So I swipe up and I'm like, can I ask you a question? And she was like, yeah, girl, what's up? So I said, I was just wondering, do y'all date? She said, yes, we've been dating for almost a year now, LOL. This is why I gave y'all a backstory with dates. When this happened, this was March 6th. When I was giving y'all the storyline, the story time, the background, whatever you want to call it, we were going from January of 2020 on down. I mean, there was more history before that, but like, this is key. This is key to the story. So that's why we're highlighting this. So you're telling me this whole time y'all have been dating. Well, we're gonna get to the date. We're just gonna go to the next message. So I said, LOL, oh wow, if you don't mind, could you give me an exact date? Only reason why I asked this is because in order to get in a relationship with somebody, like he said, y'all probably was reconnecting at, like, you know, at some point. So you told me y'all started dating March 27th. That means before this, y'all had to been reconnecting to meet each other. Y'all ain't just snap each other, oh, will you be my girlfriend, will you be my boyfriend, and just hop in a relationship on March 27th. The whole time we were together, you were in a relationship with somebody else. Like, so she was like, LOL, March 27th, and I heard about what happened earlier, I'm not gonna front. Which I knew he was gonna tell her, like, y'all, I know this was like the back of my hand. Like, I already knew how this was gonna play out. So I said, LOL, oh yeah, I expected him to tell you, but I was just trying to figure out if this was recent. I said, I also don't want you to think I have a problem with you or anything. Some females think that, and I didn't want her to think that because I don't got no problem with the girl. So she was like, no, I don't have a problem with you either, but I'm confused because, so when we first started dating, it was a day when you was calling him and stuff, and basically y'all was texting, and he told you he had a girlfriend. So did you not know about me? When were y'all together? Also, I'm aware that he had a situation that took him a moment to end, even after we started dating. So if that was you, I'm sorry he led you on. So at this point, y'all, I told her everything. So I'm not about to read this long message, but I literally told her everything that I just told y'all and more. So as far as him telling me he had a girlfriend, as y'all can hear from the story time, no. Anytime I asked him if he had a girlfriend, he told me he did not. When I asked about her specifically, it was we were reconnecting as friends. And then she said that he told her he had a situation that took him a moment to end. You didn't end anything. Listen, after Tim bought me this thing that I have, I literally was at work like, y'all, I don't think I can do this. And then I straight up told him, like, I mean, if he would have asked for the gift back, then okay, cool, like, I don't care. But I straight up told him, like, when I get home, I'm probably gonna break it off. So I told her all that too. I told her I'll send you the video that I made. I was offered to send the video that I screen recorded and he blocked me. I was like, why is it taking her forever to respond? So what she did was she blocked me, then unblocked me, so we would be unfollowing each other. So you know what I did? I went on Facebook just to see if she did the same thing, but on Facebook she just blocked me. So I went ahead and I blocked her on everything. Like, don't even try to look for me, both of y'all, because at this point you're confused and he is a liar. I don't want no parts in it. So ever since this moment, I was done, like completely done. That's part of the reason why I changed my number when I talked about that in my vlog. That's part of the reason. The main thing was kind of like, I always wanted to change it because I had that number for a long time, but that put the icing on the cake. That and something else, that put the icing on the cake, and I didn't want a way for him to get in contact with me. I mean, like, yeah, there's always social media. Not gonna respond. I don't want no parts in that, because baby, you tried to play me, but you can't, because like I said, it always gets back to me. Okay, so that basically ends the story time. And yeah, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave that in the comments, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'm lit, y'all lit, so we can live together, period. And I'll see you guys in the next video.